Hello and welcome back to Storybook Storytime with me, Miss T, and I've come to today's story time in my stripes. Stripes always remind me of the grown-up friends we have at Rake School. Stripes are a special thing for us. And these stripes also reminded me of a rainbow. We've seen lots of rainbows. Well, I haven't, but I have on the news. Rainbows in people's windows. People have made these beautiful posters to say thank you to the frontline workers. Thank you to everybody in the NHS working so hard to keep us all safe during these strange times. And so today's storybook is all about rainbows. It's upside down. It's called A Rainbow of My Own by Dan Freeman. It's a special book for me because it was given to Solomon on the day that he was born, along with a hand-knitted rainbow blanket from my longest friend, the friend I've had the longest. Her parents, their whole family is more like family to me than friends. So Solomon calls her Oma, which means grandmother, and she did this very special thing for him. I'm going to show you what she wrote inside, and then we'll have a look at the rainbow in the story. You ready? Okay, so in the front, she's written, "Every child deserves a rainbow. Happy reading." I think she's right. Every child, including you, deserves a rainbow, and I hope you have a happy time reading this with me and reading everything else that you like to read. A Rainbow of My Own. Today, I saw a rainbow. It was so beautiful that I wanted to catch it for my very own. I put on my raincoat and hat and ran outdoors. Fast as the wind, I ran. But when I came to the place where the rainbow should have been, it wasn't there. I thought, maybe some rainy day a rainbow will want to come and stay a while. I'll be walking along slowly, and suddenly I'll hear a soft whirring sound like the wings of a bird. I'll look around and see a rainbow following me. I'll know by the way it circles and whirls. It wants to play. So I'll hop over my rainbow, and my rainbow will leap over me. I'll climb up one side and slide down the other. My rainbow will make a peacock fan for me to walk in front of, and a hammock for me to swing in. I love to swing in my Aunt Sherry's hammock when I go home to America. Have any of you ever been in a hammock? If you haven't, I hope you'll sometime get a chance to just lay down in a hammock, breathe the fresh air, and feel great. Let's see what happens next. We'll play a game of hide and go seek. I'll shut my eyes and count to 20, and then look all around. If I were a rainbow, where would I hide? Where do you think the rainbow is hiding? Let's find out. In a flower garden, of course. Rows of flowers look like a rainbow. After we finished this book together, maybe you could have a great game of hide and go seek in your house or in your garden and see if your family would join in. You could close your eyes and count to 20 or count to 100. You could count in ones or twos or fives or tens. You could even count in another language, some of you, I think. Let me know about that, will you, please? Right, let's find out what happens next. Oh, it's quite sad. And the author changes verb tense, but we'll let that go. Suddenly, the sun came out from behind the rain clouds, and my pretend rainbow disappeared the way real rainbows do. But when I came back home, I saw something glowing inside the window of my room. And when I ran indoors, there was a rainbow dancing on the wall. The sun was shining through the water in my goldfish bowl, and it made a rainbow just for me. A rainbow of my very own. Well, I don't know about you, but I love rainbows, and it was such an honor to be able to share this story, this special book of Solomon's with you today. If you like rainbows and you would like to do a little bit more after you've done your hide and go seek, if that's what you were interested in doing, you could have a little bit of time. It could be a bit of your morning, a bit of your afternoon, an hour, 20 minutes, sometime during your day while you're thinking about rainbows to go a bit hog wild with a rainbow theme. Of course, you could make rainbows. I know that last year, our current year ones loved to make rainbows, mostly with paint. If you've got paint and your parents are happy, fill your boots, fill a paint pot. But you don't need paint. You could, of course, use crayons or pencils or felt tips. You don't even need to make a rainbow on paper. If you could find lots of different colored things in your house, if you found lots of red things and orange things, yellow things, green, blue, indigo, violet things, you could make a rainbow on the floor with objects around your house. I have seen a rainbow made with Lego. If you had enough colored bits of Lego or brick or anything else like that, you could make a rainbow and take a fantastic picture. Maybe you would like to make a poster to the NHS to put up in your window to say thank you very much for looking after us. You could do all of those things. You could even do as the boy found in his room at the end of the story. You could get a clear jar. If it's glass, please do make sure that you've got a grown-up who knows about this before you start it. Fill it with water or fill it part way with water. Get some light. You could use a torch. I've done that before. If you've got sunlight, that's best. Set it up so that the rays of the light are going through the water in the jar and then onto a blank space. A plain white wall is best. You don't need it, but it does make it show up really nicely. And that would be a fantastic thing to do to make a rainbow of your very own. You might be able to video it or photograph it or just enjoy it for its own sake. If you'd like to know a little bit more about how rainbows are made, whether in the sky or on your wall, ask me. I'd be very happy to tell you. I won't tell you here now because it's our story time and I won't fill it up with lots of science time, but it is interesting. And if you want to know and you've got a little bit of time and you're in the mood for it, let me know. I would be more than happy to talk to you about it. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you all next on our next story time. Take care. Bye-bye. I'll climb up one side and slide down the other. Which way does it go? Oh, my days.